Welcome to 1023. How are you guys doing today? Good. I hope you are more energetic than my morning class. My morning students are less energetic, they're sleepy, tired. But I hope to see you guys energetic and be more participating in class. Okay? So, I'm instructor for this course. My name is Shahera Jannah. A little bit about me is that compared to other instructors, we have been teaching for many years. I'm kind of new, not too new. I started teaching from 2019, and I have taught City College, Hunter College, Baruch College, Marcy University, all of these. And currently, I'm doing PhD at Columbia University on mathematician. My bachelor was on math, applied math. My master's was on pure math. And currently I'm doing math education. 1023, so we have two sections on 1023 on our bright space. One section is our class, which is DTFA, and there's one more section from the department. It's 1023 only. So 1020 only for all 1020 students in Baruch. So every time department want to tell you anything, they'll post under all section. But for our class, everything I want to give you will be under our DTFA section. So let's start from there. When you click our section, the first thing you notice is announcement. These are from the department. Here they're telling you how to buy MyMathLab access. Tim is our supervisor. So anytime you bump into any problem with Pearson, MyMathLab, you just email him. He will try to help you. And if you scroll down, it tells you all the direction how to buy the book online and what do you have to do, all the details. So you may wonder, what is this? Well, this is the platform we're going to use for our homework and quizzes. So it's called Pearson MyMathLab. All the homework and quizzes will be there. So you have to buy the access. And when you buy the access, it doesn't give you the code online. They mail it to your home by postal mail. So it takes 7 to 10 business days. And if they don't have any book, it takes even months after months to just get the book, get the code. So that's why I would suggest to buy it as soon as possible. If you didn't buy it, try it as soon as possible. But if you bought it from before and you already have your access, you can simply go to MyMathLab on the top on the homework, and then it will take you to our homework page. All the details, if you read, you'll find them here. Now, in our class side, the most important thing is content. I'm going to post everything under content. So under content, we have few things on the left panel. The first thing is syllabus, then class playlist, selected notes, exam review. So if you click on each one of them, you will see different things. Under syllabus, the first thing is from me, the rest are from the department. So all of these you'll find again on the old Blackboard, old bright space page. The only thing I added here is our syllabus. I'm going to go over syllabus now, but before that, let me introduce you to the other tabs. Class playlist. So I usually record my lectures and post them afterward. So you'll see a link here. When you click on the link, it will take you our class recording. So anytime you're missing a class, you need to see the lecture materials. But if you need to revisit lecture materials, you can simply go to those links. Then we have pre-lecture notes. So whatever I'm going to go over in class, I posted that here for chapter 3. Once you're done in chapter 3, I'm going to post the new things for chapter 4 and then 5, 6, blah, blah, blah. So these are the notes I'm going to use in class. So if you want to print them out, you can print 4 slides in 1 page, so it will save your pages. And then you can simply write the math, do the math in class with me. You don't have to write down every single details. I have in my notes, okay? Or if you have iPad or tablet, you can simply open it, download it, and then you can write on the note book in there. Before every exam, I'm going to post exam reviews. Right now, I don't have anything, but I'm going to post them soon. So every exam, we're going to have an exam review paper for you. If you do all the questions from the review sheet, you'll be fine for the exam. Now going to the syllabus. If we go by, we will be able to see the whole exercise, right? Huh? Say it again. From my method. Able to see. Do the homework, do the quiz, and they give you the free ebook. I mean, it's not free, it comes automatically in your packet. So, syllabus. If you click on the syllabus, it will take you to our page. And if you want to expand, you can simply click on the 4 arrows. So our section's name is DTFA. I have a morning class, DTFA. I don't know what that means. But anyway, so we are going to meet Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, 12:50 to 12:05. And we had 3 lecture classes and 1 PLTL. So I believe every Friday you have your PLTL after class. So once you're done with the lecture, you'll go home, you go to your PLTL section. I prefer my Gmail because, as you already know, that I already taught 3 CUNY colleges. So I have 3 CUNY accounts. Anytime someone send me any email to one account, it spans through different accounts. So I don't even receive many of the emails students send me in my CUNY email. So that's why Gmail is better. I will always get them unless they're on the spam folder. Our office hours is to stay after class. You can stay after class if you need any help, or you want to have a conversation with me, you want to talk to me about your life, your work, anything you want to tell me about yourself. Now, in order to pass this class, there are 2 requirements. One requirement is that you have to pass the final exam with at least 50%. If you pass the final with at least 50, then you have to have the class average at least 60. So 50 in the final, class average 60. If you have these 2 requirements fulfilled, only then you're going to pass this class. And if you pass this class, I'm going to use this grading table to assign you letter grades. Our grading policy, we have 5 in-class exam, 50%. Our final exam is 30%. And your MyMathLab homework quizzes and your attendance in class is 20%. So it's a lot. That's why don't be late, don't be absent, because if you're late 15 minutes, you'll mark as absent. If you're absent, you're going to lose points from this 20% for no reason. So as I said, attendance is required both in the lecture and also in the PLTO. So you're allowed to have 4 excused absences. 4, only 4 throughout the entire semester. And it doesn't matter what excuse you have. After your 4 absences, every absence you have, you will be marked as absent. Okay? If you're late, it's absent. If you're absent, it's absent. So only 4 absences. So use them wisely. Okay? Don't just be late and email me, oh, my train is late, so I will be late. Or your train is late, I'll understand 4 times. After that, I'll not understand. There will be no cell phone, no laptop. If you want to use tablet or iPad, you can use them. If you want to write your notes down, but if you want to type on your tablet, don't do that, because the materials you are going to do in class, there's nothing to type. Everything you have to write. So if you write them, use them. If you type them, don't use them. Event fuzzy laptop. Okay. So we are going to use this textbook. You don't have to buy the physical book because once you buy your MyMathLab Access, the ebook comes automatically inside your package. When you buy your access on MyMathLab, you're going to do homework on every sections we are going to cover. So we're going to cover around 40 sections, I believe. For every section, you'll have a homework. So you have 40 homeworks, plus you have your quizzes. Once you do homework and get at least 80 or 85, I don't remember exactly, it has a limit you have to have in order to unlock your quizzes. So once you do your homework, go and take your quizzes. Quiz is not based on every section. Sometimes it's based on one section. Sometimes it's based on two sections. So we have less quizzes, more homework. Homework has unlimited attempts, unlimited time, unlimited everything. So try to get almost 100% in all of your homework. It's like that. All of your homework. On the other hand, quizzes are not like homework. They have only 2 attempts and they're timed. Some quizzes are 45 minutes, some are 30 minutes, some are 90 minutes. And every one of them, they have only 2 attempts. So if you take it one time and then you don't get 100%, you can take it one more time. And then it doesn't matter what score you have, you're done. You cannot take it any longer. Now, good news is that between the 2 attempts, whatever is the highest, MyMathLab will take the highest one, not the last one. There will be 5 in-class exam plus the 5. And all the in-class exam will be here in class, 1 hour 15 minutes. And definitely don't be late because the exam has more questions, which you may not finish if you're late. So try to come early. If you can come early, I'll start early, but you definitely cannot be late because I cannot give you the time. And if there is no makeup for the exam. So if you miss one exam, you get 0. And if you miss 2 exams, you fail automatically. So don't miss an exam. And in the exam, there are no calculators allowed. Maybe to do your homework, you can use the calculator, or when you take your quizzes online, you can use your calculator. But in class, for any of the exam, there is no calculator. Nothing. Now, every Friday after your lecture, you have your PLTL. So in your PLTL, you have a different instructor. They will help you personally, like in a small group setting. So if you need any help with any type of question, you can ask them. And if you have nothing to discuss, they will give you a bunch of questions to do. You have to do them in front of them, and then they will help you to solve those if you need help. And the attendance is mandatory in there. Tutoring is available under the Sec department. Sec department is the second floor of this building. If you need help, you go to them or you make an appointment online. They have online tutoring and also in person. So go there a lot because you need help a lot in this class. We are going to cover a lot of materials which you'll find very confusing at times. So in order to get all the materials digested in your brain, you need extra help. Definitely go there. Don't think that going to tutoring means you are not a good student. It's actually the opposite. Going to the tutoring means you're serious about your degree. You want to learn more. You have to be confident so that you can move up to your next level. Okay? So be confident when you go there. Disability means if you have any type of learning disability and you need extra time in your quizzes or in the exam, you go to Accessibility Center or Disability Center. Again, it's on the second floor of this building. And you go to that office, you discuss with them, you have to show them some type of proof that you need extra time. Then they will grant you extra time, and then I will be able to give you extra time during exam and also my as well. So if you have their approval, then you're going to take your exams with them because they will give you more time. But in class, I'm going to give you only 1 hour 50 minutes. Academic integrity, don't cheat. If I catch you cheating, I'll take your exam and then you'll have 0 in that exam. These are all the list of the topics we are going to cover in this class. And as you can see, there are so many things to cover. So on my MATLAB, let's say you have your my MATLAB. So if you have something, if you bought it before, you don't have to buy it again as long as you have the access. All you have to do is click on my MATLAB here. But if you don't have anything, still you can start from here. Click on my MATLAB under the homework tab. And then it will take you to your page. So if you already have an access or something, I think you will have this page. And I have an access, so it's going to take me to the class directly. If you don't have the access, now you're going to see your buying options. So if you're buying it for the first time, if you scroll all the way down, on the bottom, it says 14 trial period. Click on that, and then it will take you to my number. But if you already have your code from before, here you're going to enter your code, and then it will take you to my member. So you click on, go to my course. And you will see all the homework there. The top portion is homework. If you scroll all the way down, the bottom portion is the quizzes. So in order to unlock the quizzes, first you have to do the homework. And once you get 80 or 85, I remember, then you can go and take the quizzes. Now, all these dates, they are not right because I just got into this page. So I didn't have access before. These due dates will change every week. So based on how much materials we cover every week, the deadline, the deadline for that portion, that section, I'm going to put Monday midnight. So before every Monday midnight, you have some homework, some quizzes to take. Okay, so always check your deadline. And even though it says the last day of class, but don't believe it's true. Definitely it's not true. They will keep changing every week. Anything else? Does one homework assignment per week and one quiz per week? No, it depends on how many sections we cover in that week. But are we obligated to buy the physical book, or can we just get the access to it? If you get the access code, the ebook comes automatically. Okay. You don't need any physical book. So the quizzes are not like in class on paper, quizzes are just only in black, but it's on my laptop on paper. Department wants me to give you class quizzes, but the thing is, we have only 1 hour 15 minutes every day. If I spend 15 minutes on quizzes, I have only 1 hour to teach. And 1 hour flies by. So I don't want to waste our time or precious time in class on quizzes. Do them here. Let's have a discussion in class. It's more fun. So to take the quizzes, either you can go from the homework page from my MATLAB, or you can simply click on the quizzes here, and then you can see all the quizzes one after another. Okay. Any other questions? I mean, I don't have to do anything because my method does everything. So when you do a homework question, let's say instead of 1 point, it gives you 30%. So you still have your 70%. So you can do it before your due date. So before due date, you can try as many times as you want until you get your perfect score. But once the due date is over, I'm not sure whether it will let you work on it or not. I have to see the setting. Every semester, the setting is different. You have to purchase. So if you didn't buy any access code before, it's your first time taking this class, you have to go to my method here and then click on any assignment or anything like I did before here. You click anywhere in this page, either the yellow tab or assignment, click anywhere, and then it will take you the page where you have to purchase things. So if you don't want to purchase right now, you have 2 weeks trial. You just scroll down and then click on the 2 weeks trial. But if you have the money, I would suggest buy it, because if you buy it, then after 2 weeks you don't have to buy it. And it doesn't deliver the code online. They give you the code in your home by postal mail. So it takes 7 to 10 business days. And if they don't have the code, it takes even months after months. Trust me. Sometimes it happened before that the whole semester went by, they didn't receive anything. They received just 15 days before the semester ends. So see, because they didn't have enough materials to send out. That's why I try to buy them as soon as possible. Don't wait for later. It's expensive, true, but if you buy it for 24 months, then you still have a chance that you fail this class. You don't have to buy it again. You can use the same until within 2 years. So within 2 years, we have 4 semesters, and you can take one class 3 times only.
Is my math required is this for other sections of math, not just this one? Or is it only for the
The code you're going to buy, it's only for this class.
Oh.
Only for 1023.
Is it common people in this class? Or is it
A lot. So
oh my god.
what happens every day? Every the evening morning class. It's morning. It starts from 10:45. It's not too early, but still, how would the class feel? Because it's morning, they're lazy, they don't want to come. They're not attentive in class. So in the morning class, always half fill and half pass. Afternoon class, like afternoon, people ate their lunch, people had their lunch, they have food in their stomach, they're energetic. So in my afternoon classes, around 5 to 10 people. Okay, but people fail. And if you have a bad instructor, trust me, you fail it for 3 times. I actually had a few students, they had me 3 times and they failed all 3 times.
Yeah, I had her, and it was my fault. I had her do something, it was my fault.
Someone was really intense.
Because something about her that people don't do is that she would tell you ahead of time before taking your final exam. So I saw the thing and it said I was not going to pass, but I had to drop out, and then I started a new professor. He was fast. He was fast. And then I saw that she was available.
So you have to be careful.
Yeah, I do. This is my last.
After 3 times, you are out. It's not I don't have any power to do anything. It's the department. You're allowed to take one class 3 times, and then you have to change your major if you want to keep studying here. Yeah, that's the reality. So yeah, so in summer, we had option, or until last semester, I think, we had option to drop before the final, but no, from last semester, we don't have that option anymore. The last day to drop our classes is April 1st. So before April 1st, I think we have how many homework? Oops, my bad. So we had 3 exams before April 1st. If you fail 3 exams, trust me, you're going to fail this class. So drop before April 1st. So third exam will be March 25. I'm going to give you results like before the last day to drop. If you see you're going to fail, it's better to withdraw, because if you withdraw, you have a chance to retake it instead of failing it. So yeah, this is this is a calendar made by my supervisor at Kantar. She made our life so easier. She has everything here. When you have no classes, when you have different schedules, everything. When is the last day of class? Our last day of class will be Thursday, May 15, and then we are going to a final somewhere in next week. And we have from 12 to 20, and there are many days. This semester we are unlucky because all those no classes, no school. Right, it doesn't apply to us. The only two things we're going to have is these two. One Tuesday, it's a Monday schedule. One Thursday is a Wednesday schedule. So you're not going to have only twice our classes. Except for that, we are going to meet every 3 days, every week. Okay? Any question, comments, concern?
I'm just scared because I don't want to read.
If you listen to my advice, you're going to pass. What is my advice? Be on time in here. Listen to all the, do all the questions we do in class. And once you are done with the class, when you go home, redo them again by yourself. Test yourself how much you understood from the class. If you see something you did not understand, ask me in the next class. We'll be here every day almost 3 days.
Do you have hours where we can meet if we want to lunch?
After class Thursdays or Tuesdays. No, Thursday I actually have my own class. Tuesdays. After class Tuesdays. Yeah. If you have any question, anything to tell me, anything at all, then you can stay after class Tuesdays. We'll be here for 45 minutes or so. I'll help you with anything you need help with.
You know how many questions are going to be on each exam?
It depends. So if you cover more sections, our exam will be 15 to 20 questions. Actually, every exam is at least 15 questions. So if you cover more sections, it will be 20. If you cover less sections, it will be around 15.
What choice of structure?
I hate to give multiple choice, but I decided to make my own life easier. I'll give you half multiple choice, half non-multiple choice. But if I do that in the multiple choice, you're not gonna get any partial credit. You have to show all the work. If the work is correct, and you pick the correct multiple choice, it's full points. On the other hand, for the non-multiple choice, if you make a mistake in your steps, I'll give you still some partial credit based on the your correct steps. So for non-multiple choice has partial credit, multiple choice, no partial credit. And it's the format of the final exam. Final exam has 2 hours, 30 questions. In these 30 questions, there will be 8 or 6, I don't remember, 6 probably. 6 non-multiple choice, and the rest is multiple choice. So in the rest, there is no partial credit. Either you get full points or 0 points. And for non-multiple choice questions, you're allowed to have partial credits.
So
Okay.
you said earlier, let's say today's the final and our class starts at 12:50. If everybody agrees to come at 12:30, you still give us that extra time plus the class time?
Not the final. Final
Just
is
for the exam.
for in-class exam, yeah.
You can come. Okay. Thanks.
If you come early, I'll give you extra early. But I definitely will not give you extra time
Just
before. Any other question? Now, I believe I covered everything. Yeah. So since we covered everything, let's go to our lecture. So chapter 3, it has 5 sections to cover. And I am not going to follow the order of my MATLAB. My MATLAB has 3.3, 3.4, and then 3.2, and then 3.5. So instead of following their order, I'm gonna just go through my order. So I'll start with 3.2. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I just don't remember what I forgot. Lines. We see so many lines in our life. For example, this is edge, it's a line. Bottom, it's a line. The floor, it's a line. So we see line many times in our life. And to represent the line, we have 3 formats. So same one thing, but there are 3 different ways you can write them. The first format is called standard format, where we put X terms and Y terms together. We have them be friends and stay together in one side, and we let the constant to be alone on the other side. Huh? You cannot hear me properly. I'm actually talking as loud as possible. Can you come a little bit forward?
Can we drag up if we need to?
Sure. If you don't hear me, you don't have to stay there. Just come forward. Yeah, it's on Brightspace. Oh. So if you go to Brightspace under pre-lecture notes, under content, you see content and the pre-lecture notes. This is the file I'm using, the PDF file.
You uploaded before class?
So for entire chapter 3, it's in there. Once you're done with chapter 3, I'm going to upload chapter 4. Okay, so standard format, X term and Y term together, and constant is alone. The next format is slope-intercept format. It's called slope-intercept because you can see the slope and Y-intercept in the line. The format is Y equals mx plus b. M is the slope and b is the Y-intercept. So A, B, C, M, B, all of these are numbers, okay? The only variables we have in a line is X and Y. The last format is point slope format. It's called point slope because we can see one point and we can see our slope there. So the X1 and Y1 combining, they create 1 point in the line, and this M is the slope of the line. Now, let me tell you when do we use them, or which format is useful in which scenario. So standard form, it's useful if you want to find x-intercept and y-intercept. If you want to find x-intercept, y-intercept, it's useful. Also, graph. If you want to graph a line, this format is the best. Why? Because in this format, we can easily find x-intercept and y-intercept, and we the x and y-intercept, we can graph easily, more accurately. Point slope-intercept form is important when you want to see the slope of the line. So let's say they give you an equation of the line and ask you, hey, what's the slope of this line? Well, if you don't see the slope, convert the equation into this format and you can see the slope here. So anytime they ask you to figure out what is the slope of the line, this is the best. if they give you the equation of the line. So this is useful to figure out the slope of the line from a given line. So if they give you a line and they want you to find out what's the slope, convert that into this format, you can see the slope. Now the last line, it looks useless, but actually it's the most useful format. And it's the most useful because anytime they give you any type of information about the line and ask you to find the equation of the line, this is the most useful. So it's useful to write the equation of a line. For example, let's say they give you 2 points and said, what's the equation of the line that goes to the 2 points? Well, we're going to use this. We're going to substitute the 2 points here, and then we'll see what's the equation of the line. Or let's say they give you the slope and 1 point. We just substitute everything here, we get the equation of the line. So anytime they're asking to give you any type of equation of the line, this is useful, except for one case. If they're telling you to find a horizontal line or a vertical line, then you're not going to use this equation. Okay? To find the equation of a horizontal line or equation of a vertical line, we are going to use a graph, the visualization of what information they give us. But besides that, for everything else, if you're finding equation of the line, it's the last one. If you're finding slope of the line from any type of given line, the second one. And if they ask you to find the graph it or find the x and y intercept, that's why we have 3 formats. They are useful in 3 different scenarios. Now, one fun thing. How do you know that an equation represents a line? We have so many types of equations. How do you figure out that one of them are a line? How do you know? We have 2 ways of doing it. The shortcut is compare the formats of the line with the equation they give you. If the equation has the format x plus by equals c, or it has the format y equals mx plus b, that means the line. So this is the easiest way, right? Compare the formats, your format with the format of the line. Or you have 3 things to notice. First thing is that the equation they give you, the power on the x and y, it has to be 1. If x and y, they both have 1 power, or if only x you see in the line, or only y you see in the line, it's only 1 power. And if you can solve for one variable, once you solve for one variable, the other variable doesn't go in the denominator, then it's a line. So we have either 3 ways to figure out, or simply by comparing the 2 formats, we can figure out whether they're lined up. If you did not understand anything, no problem. We're going to do an example. Let's say I want to use shortcut. Shortcut means compare the format of the lines with the format they give you. So what's you're doing it? Compare this format with either one of them. If you compare them, what do you see? Is it a line or not a line? So the format is x and y together, constant alone. If we have them, x and y power 1, it's a line. So in here, do we have x and y together? No, so the format doesn't quite match, right? But can you do something so with the format match? We can bring y from there and put it next to x and see what happens. So if you bring y from the right to the left, how can you bring that? Do we add, subtract, multiply, divide? Which one? I want to bring the 3y from the right to the left. Subtract. Because this 3y is the first one in the front. So in order to move it, we do the opposite. Is subtract 3y. So now we have negative x minus 3y equals 10. And now compare the formats. We have x and y term together and constant alone. Do you have the same thing? X and y together, the constant alone. What's the power on the x and y? 1, right? When you have no power, you can use the 1 power. So in our format, we have x is the 1 power, y is the 1 power. They're together and they have constant. So now can you figure out whether it's a line or not? What do you think? Is it a line or not a line? It's a line. Because this is same as ax plus by equals c. Now, a, b, c, these are the numbers. So we don't care about what numbers we have. We care about if we have the two variables next to one another and both of them have power 1. As long as they fulfill these two requirements, they're one. I'm not going to give, this is too easy. Okay. So you're going to do this in the homework. I'm helping with the homework. And in the homework, you just have to write yes, no. Is the line yes, no, no. Okay. So you have to show you. But it's good to know the materials. Okay. The next one. So let me tell you. If we compare this, what number do we have for A? What's the value of A? Wonderful, -1. What's the value of B? -3. Because see, in our format, B is a plus. But in the equation, the number is a minus. That means B has to be that -3. And finally, what is our C? 10. So see, numbers could be anything. The main thing is X and Y, they're friends on one side. We did not. Okay, B. What do you think about B? So I have 1 yes, 1 no. What do you think? No. Okay, so why do you think it's a line? Why doesn't have? Okay. We can say it follows y equals mx plus b. But it didn't give us this format directly. So how did you figure that out?
I got this like the y. I saw that it matched the y there. Mx is what's 5 over different m. And then b, I wasn't sure if it was necessary or not to have it in the equation.
If you don't have anything, what do you have? 0. You have no money. How much money you have? 0. So when you don't have anything visible, alone without any variable, we have 0 there. So we can actually rewrite this in this format. In order to do that, we have to get rid of the -3 from the front. How can I get rid of the -3 from the front? Do we add, subtract, multiply, divide? What's the relationship between -3 and y? What do we have between them? See, between these two, we have nothing. When you have nothing, it means you have a multiplication, invisible multiplication. So -3 times y That's why to get rid of that, we need to divide. So now you can see it visually that we have -5/3x. And we have nothing, that means we have an invisible 0. So you see clearly y equals mx plus b. It's a line. 5/-3. Sorry, my bad. My 3 always looks weird. What do you think about the last one? Say interesting.
That's a good one.
Why not? What's wrong with this? It's missing an x. So why do you have no x? How many x do you have? So can we write this as y equals 0x minus 1? Can you do that? We can, because 0 times anything is 0. Basically, we have nothing. So we have y equals -1. We can write as y equals 0x minus 1. So is this a line? The horizontal line.
Oh.
It is actually a line. Because see, it has a format y equals mx plus b, y equals mx plus b. Our m is 0. But 0 is a number, right? And I said A, B, C, M, all of these are numbers. So it could be any number, positive number, negative number, 0, decimal, fraction. It could be any number. As long as they are numbers, we can use them. We can replace our variables with them. A, B, C, and M. So this is y equals 0x minus 1, same as y equals mx plus b. So all of these are lines. They look completely different from one another, or the format of the lines we learned previously. But surprisingly, all of them are lines. You may wonder then what is counter-example? So among these three, which one is a line? E, F? F cannot be a line. Why not? See, in order to be a line, you cannot have more than one power. What does y have here? 3 power. We don't want 3, we want 1. So, because of this, it's not a line. Now, between D and E, which one is not a line? D, why not? Now, X has a problem. We don't want X to have more than one power, so it's not a line. Now, the last one is X equals 3. What do you think? Is it a line or not a line? Yes? If you think no, white is not a line, tell me, argue with me. White's not a line. No y means how many y you have? 0 y. So it does have a y, it's 0 y. There is no y-intercept, true, but in order to be a line, you're going to have to have a y-intercept. In order to be a line, you have to have x with power 1, y with power 1. And then their coefficients doesn't matter. It could be 0, positive, or negative. So this actually is a line. Why? Because look at the format. We can do ax plus by equals c. Our x has single, so x plus, we have no y. Well, we're not worried about that because no y means we have 0y. And our c is 3. So see, it follows the linear format. 1x plus 0y equals our constant 3. C is a constant. It's a number. It's a constant. So in the constant, hold that second line. If you look at this constant tells you what's the y-intercept. So this constant doesn't tell us anything right now, anything like we don't know what is it. But if you rewrite this format in this way, then C will go somewhere here and you can see what number you have for the intercept and for the variable for the slope. So here, that's why this format is useless to visualize a line because we don't know what C tells us. But this format is best because we can see what is our y-intercept and what type of slope. Why we care about slope? Because slope tells us what type of line we have. If a slope is positive, we go upward. If a slope is negative, we go downward. And if a slope is 0, then it's a horizontal line. If a slope is so straight, it doesn't exist, it's a vertical line. So if you can see slope and y-intercept, we can actually see our line inside our head, in our brain. Any questions so far? So this is yes. Exactly. We don't need anything because you can see clearly they don't fulfill the requirement. The first requirement, W1. And now one more interesting question. What if we have EFG? What if we have XY equals 1? Is this a line or not a line? What do you think? Yes, a line. Why? It has power 1. Okay. So one requirement fulfilled, this is power 1. But it fills another requirement. Which requirement it fills? Look at the 3 conditions I said here. Yeah, we can solve. It fulfills the second condition. We can solve for x or y. The third one. The third one says, when you solve for one variable, another variable definitely cannot be on the denominator. So look what happens here. The first condition, power 1, fulfilled. Second condition, we can solve for one variable. Let's say we want to solve for y. That means you have to divide both sides by what? Now we want to get the y alone. So x cancel out, we have y equals 1 over x. So second condition fulfilled, we could solve for y, but when it comes to the third condition, it doesn't. See? When you solve for one variable, or the other variable goes the denominator. So it's not a way. Because of the denominator. Third condition failed. Good news, you're not going to see them in the exam. But you still have to work with them on your homework and possibly in the quiz, maybe they'll ask you 1 or 2 questions. So any question before we move on to the next topic? Any question on this? No? Okay, so now we know which equations align. Now we want to be more smart and we want to draw the line. So how do we draw a line? To draw a line, there are 3 methods we are going to learn in this class. One of them you already learned in your high school or middle school. It's the old school method. Plot points, connect them with a line, you get your line. How do you plot points? In order to plot the points, first you have to figure out, you have to pick any number for x, substitute the x in the equation and get the y. So you have x and y, plot down your xy plane, and then you have your points. So this method is actually not useful that much in real life because first of all, in order to plot them accurately, you need a graphing paper, but usually we don't have graphing papers, right? We have plain papers, white papers. So we make mistakes, especially me. I always draw a slant line instead of straight line. My lines are always not too straight. So this method is bad for people like me. But let me show you anyway, because in the homework, they ask you to do it. In the homework, they ask you to find 3 points to plot. Once you find them, plot them, and then graph them. So what you're going to do, they gave us our equation of the line, x minus 2y equals 3. We have to solve for y because we need to substitute x to get the y alone. So in order to do it 3 times, we just do it 1 time and then just substitute x 3 times. It will make life easier. Can I repeat? In order to find the y value, you need to get the y alone, right? So you have 2 choices. Either you substitute x 3 times because you have to use 3 points. So substitute x 3 times, solve for y 3 times. Or solve for y only once and substitute x 3 times, it will give you the y automatically. So which one sounds easier? The first one or the second one? Second one. That's why we are going to solve for y only once from the equation. And then we are going to substitute x 3 times, but we are going to get y eventually. So my goal, get the y alone. How can I get rid of the other things? I need to get rid of the x and -2. Which one I can get rid of first? X or the -2? -2? You answered exactly the same as my morning. Let me give you a real life scenario. Let's say I want to get him with the last seat. Okay, I want to get to him. Whom I should get rid of first? The person next to him or the person next to me? Next to me, right? Why? Because she is farthest from him. So I can easily get rid of her and then I go to the next person, right? Get rid of her, get rid of him, and then I can go to him, right? So which one I get rid of first? The thing next to him or thing far from him? Far from him. Now look at the y. Which one is far? -2 or x? Which is far? X, right? So we have to get rid of x first. We cannot touch -2 because -2 is protected by x. So cancel your x, get rid of your x, and then you go to -2, get rid of that, and then you get to y alone. So how can you get rid of x? Subtract. We subtract x from both sides. We get what? X is gone. We have 3 minus x on the other side. Good. Negative 2y. Did you do the signing? No, right? The whole function. So negative 2y. It's not positive 2y, it's negative 2. And now we want to get rid of negative 2. What do you do? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Which one? Division. Wonderful. So divide both sides by that. And now we are happy. Finally, our y is alone and everything else is on the other side. You got it? Oh, man. And now we are going to substitute x with 3 numbers and get the y for each one of them. Let's see it on the next page. So you have more space to work with. This is called a T diagram because it looks like a T. So we pick anything for x and we solve for y. Y is 3 minus that x divided by -2. Pick a number for x, any number. 2. 2, okay. So x is 2. That means our y is 3 minus that 2 divided by -2. What is 3 minus 2? 3 minus 2? 1. So we have 1 over -2. So the points we get, our x value is 2, y value is -1/2. So we found 1 point. It says find 3 points. Ordered pair means points. So we have to do it one more time and then one more time. Pick a next number. Any number for x. 1. Pick something far from 2. 4. Okay. So when x is 4, we have 3 minus 4 divided by -2. You have $3. I'm telling you to give me $4. How much you have left with? A debt of $1, which is -1. So -1 over -2. Oh, we have double negatives. Since you have double negative, they cancel out. So it's +1. So what's the point we have here? What is our x value? And what's the y value? 1/2. So we found our second here. Now the third one. Can you pick anything so that you don't get any fraction? What number you can pick so that you don't get a fraction? 5? Okay. Y is 3 minus 5. We divide that by -2. What is 3 minus 5? -2. And we are dividing -2 by -2. The negative cancel out, right? 2 also cancel out. So what do we have? +1. So what's the order pair we have? 5, 1. So homework wants you to do it this way. Find 3 pairs and then plot them on the xy plane. So xy. Did you guys ever notice that if anyone yawn in front of you, you keep yawning, right? The same thing if anyone coughs in front of you, you automatically get coughs. Did you also notice that? It actually happens to me all the time. When anyone coughs, I feel like, oh, I am coughing, like I have to cough. And then I keep coughing.
I apologize.
Then it's not your fault, it's me. Like my body is so weird. It always tries to copy others. I don't know why. But anyway, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 2, -1/2. So these are -1, -2. Let me write it down. -1, -2. These are positive. These are negative. These are positive. 2, -1/2. So you go to 2 here on the right and -1/2 bottom. So if this is -1, our 1/2 is somewhere here. So this should be our first point. X value 2, Y value half negative. X is 4, but Y is positive half. So you go to 4 and you go half of 1. Half of 1 is somewhere here. So 4, 1/2 here. And finally we have a 5 and whole number 1. So 1 is here. See, that's why I don't like this method, because by looking at the points, I feel like I'm not going to get a straight line. So let me move this little bit here. Assume it's straight. It's not straight, but suppose. So this is X. Oh. X minus 2Y equals 3. In MyMATLAB, what you're going to do is you're going to pick 2 points. First you're going to pick your line, then you click 1 point, and then you click another point. It will connect the points automatically. You don't have to be precise. They will draw it precisely for you. Any question? Again, you're not going to see this in the exam. Not this method. But you're going to see the other 2 methods of drawing the graph. Before that, there is one more homework question. It says, draw both lines of the same frame and observe how they are related. What do you observe? Okay, so try it by yourself. Did everybody sign in? Everybody signed in? Yeah. Who is my PLT leader? Oh, she won't be here. I mean, I don't have any PLT leader on Tuesdays. Okay. Surprisingly, my morning class also had 24 students. You guys also are 24. What a coincidence. Jolene? Is it Jolene or? Jolene. Jolene. Okay. Katie, Kate or Katie? Kate, Kate. T-E or T? Kate, Kate, Katie. Last name Munoz. How do you pronounce your name? Michaela. It's a K. Yeah. Govin, nice to see you. Muhammad, Shahriar, Nick, Eric, Muhammad, another one. Oh, I have two Muhammad. So Muhammad Shahriar, what is your middle name? John. So which one you prefer, the middle name or Shahriar? I have two Muhammad, so I'm going to keep him Muhammad and change your name. What do you want me to call you, Shahriar or the middle name, Jawad? Tahsin? Okay. Is it Rubel? Rubil? You wrote cursive. I can't read cursive. Rubel. Anyway, we'll get to see it again. Maria. Brianna. Leandra. Hassan. Catherine. Carla. Yvette, I know. Madison. Kimelia. Kimelthea. Sandy. Senoli. Come on, guys, write nicely, neatly so I can read. Last name start with Kuff. How do you pronounce your name? Last name? Stendis. Giselle. Stephanie. Angie. It's Angie, right? How do you pronounce your name? Oh, it's Majavin. M-H-A? Madison. Okay. Why? What is your name? Madison Field. And what is your name? Then how come I have only one Madison here? What is your last name? Oh, one. Okay. Did you sign in? Oh, I missed it. Yeah. Madison Island. Wow, two Madison. So Madison O and Madison F. Yeah. Okay, so we are almost done. Before we go, what did you observe here? What type of line they are? Were you able to draw the lines? It says draw them on the same plane. Did you draw on the same plane? No? Come on, guys. So let's try this one. Let's say x is -1. If x is -1, our y is 5 times -1, which is Negative 5. Let's say x is 0. Then y is what? 5 times 0, which is? What is 5 times 0? 0. Let's say x is 5. No, 5 is too big. Let's say x is 2. Then y is 5 times 2, which is 10. Now, if you observe this, these two are same. This one has only minus 4 units, right? So y equals 5x minus 4. For the same x, our y is negative 5 minus 4. Because this is already negative 5 we found, right? So what is negative 5 minus 4? Negative 9. The next one is 5x minus y equals 0 minus 4, which is negative 4. Negative 4. Come on, Elisa. And the last one, it's 5x minus 4, which is 10 minus 4. What is 10 minus 4? 6. If you try plotting them on the same plane, when x is negative 1, y is negative 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Negative 5 here. Oh man, I need negative 9, so I have to draw my line a little bit up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So negative 9, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So when x is negative 1, our y value is negative 5 here. For the first one. When x is 0, our y value is 0 here. When x is 2, our y value is 10. I don't have 10. Suppose this is 10. So when x is 2, our y is 10, somewhere here. So this is the first line. Y equals 5x. The second line is the same line, but every point are 4 units below than the original one. So for this one, our new point is here. When x is negative 1, y is negative 9. When x is 0, our y is negative 4. So here. When x is 10, our y is 6. So suppose this is 6. Again, my lines are not perfect, but assume it's perfect. So the red one is y equals 5x minus 4. The green is y equals 5x, that is 5x minus 4. What do you observe about them? They are going toward the same direction. They both are going upward. And will they ever intersect one another? So if they don't intersect, what do we call them? The two lines, they never intersect? Parallel. So they are parallel lines. And what do you observe about the slope? What's the slope of this line? 5. And what's the slope of this line? Same slope. So they have the same slope. They are parallel. They are going toward the same direction. They will never intersect one another. With this, we are done with section 3.2. So you definitely have to do your homework for 3.2 by Monday midnight. In our next class, we are going to do 3.3, and then you have your homework on 3.3 as well. If you don't have your mind method, you have at least 2 weeks trial period. So click on the trial period and you can start doing your homework from today.
So for this question, we just plug in the result.
So in our next class, we are going to learn more interesting thing about lines. And then end of the lecture, we will be experts on lines. So have a good day, everyone. See you again on Thursday.